I want to say something I've been thinking about for a long time. I'm finally putting myself first. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. I mean it in the sense that I don't want to keep creating in ways that don't feel like me anymore. For a long time, I felt this pressure to conform, to create content that everyone else is doing, and to talk about the same things and to fit inside the same box. And even when these things were working, just something about it just didn't feel right to me. And I've been on YouTube for almost 10 years now, and I know most people probably don't know that about me. And a lot of the time, it was spent behind the scenes. I was working in my dad's YouTube business, helping grow other channels and building systems, learning what works and what doesn't. And I wasn't the face of it. I was the guy in the background. I was learning, observing, and putting the pieces together for the business. And trust me when I say I'm super grateful for that because I learned a lot along the way and it taught me a lot about YouTube, content creation, and building something long term. But somewhere along the way, I realized something. I never really gave myself permission to show up as me. I've always been supporting, always helping, always fitting into what the channel needed, and now for the first time, I feel like I'm in a season where I get to take a step forward, not to be louder, not to chase, the attention and all of that, but to be honest. And this year has changed everything for me. I became a first time father. And when that happens, let me tell you, your priorities shift in ways you do not expect. Suddenly, time matters more, energy matters more, what you're building and why matters more. And I'm still working a full-time job. I'm still balancing responsibilities and I'm still figuring out as I go. And I'm trying to juggle all of this while creating content. And it forces you to ask yourself some hard questions. Am I creating this because it feels right or because it's how it's supposed to be? Am I enjoying this or am I just trying to keep up? And for a while, I realized I was creating for approval for the algorithm, for expectations, and for what I thought people wanted from me. And that's exhausting. And so I decided something had to change. I don't want to conform anymore, and I don't want to chase trends that don't align with my life. I don't want to build something that looks successful on the outside, but just feels empty on the inside. I want to create something that makes me happy. I want to document the journey I'm actually on, not the one that performs best with the algorithm. The highs, the lows, the quiet days, even the learning moments. And I want to find people who also resonate with the things that I'm saying. Not everyone is going to resonate with things I have to say, and that is okay. But I just want the right ones. People who are building something while also balancing their real life. People who care about family, their growth, their purpose, and doing things in a way that feels aligned. Now, I know I don't have all the answers, and I'm still learning how to balance being a dad, working full time, and showing up creatively. But there is one thing that I do know is I want to look back on this season and be proud of how I showed up, not just for YouTube, but for myself and for my family, because this is me putting myself first and not by stepping away, but by showing up more honestly. And if you're on a similar journey as me and trying to build something without losing yourself in the process, you are welcome here. This is a safe space and I'm documenting this chapter in real time. And if you want to stay with me on this journey, I'll see you in the next video.